As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to the recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our dome and allies, the War of Succession rages on and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently from the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears that they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus.
Yeah, we hate that place.
Brutus? Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well.
Halloween twice a year should be normal? Exactly, I need more Halloween. I also need more just fall.
Until such a time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere with the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue to explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire.
Makes sense.
Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lomsnians in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alfino and Stola have been called upon to aid them.
I don't know, maybe because they murdered the Sahagins like no one's business? Fall by far?
Yes, my people.
So you're eating pumpkin seeds? I've actually never had a pumpkin seed before as like a snack.
So long as we're dealing with the tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed.
And on that cheery note, why don't we make yourselves comfortable in the Dawn's Respite? I'll show Sidon as soon as he arrives. The air is crisp, temperate, doesn't carry the pollen and weather of spring. Yes! Yes!
Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you have heard, we have had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer.
True.
Oh, I would have been had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with the idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What was it?
I love how Final Fantasy's like, he could invent time travel, he did, but now he's not gonna. So we don't have to include it in further content.
Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allegan report. Just so, with an area clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, the Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contains an Allegan dictionary.
He's so excited to see Sid again. What a cute little boy.
Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set to work right away. Looks like it finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Huh. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, my lady.
Your handmaiden, more like?
Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption, an Overview. Password, freedom. Password accepted. Blue, opening report.
Oh, hello.
Hello. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomena we call corruption refers to the alteration of the aether of the soul. When a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, it changes their soul, taking on the properties of the entity in question. Yo! That... Which one are you? Are you, Sephiroth? I can't remember. By way of example, exposed to the aether of the fiend's... Oh, it is Sephiroth! Would cause the subject aether to become aligned with the element of earth. You're back, Fane! You've been unleashed! Oh, everyone's back. Ramos, Persona. Everyone's been freed. It's not stopped working as intended. He's the end and the beginning. Oh, everyone's back. I miss y'all too. It was weird. I was streaming to like nothing. I didn't even know if you guys could hear me. I was like, are they missing this whole cutscene? They were so excited for it. Kev is here. Kev is here. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with the earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. Yo! Bro, beefy as fuck, though. The changes undergone by the subjects are not solely attributed to an elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. It wasn't a disconnect area, it was just chat wasn't working. Like no one could talk or see messages. Bezos accidentally pressed the red button on his desk. He did. He was like, nah, this is my I fuck up part of my company button. Who it hits this time? Boop. Oh, not the unions, it was Twitch this time. The stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner, due to the corrupted becomes worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Yo, bursting out of the magic like that? Hell yeah, bro's got style. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with the protocol, they were summarily put to death. Your whole thing is you're trying to fix it. Couldn't you, like, put him in jail for a bit? Like, come on. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence I have been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. Jesus! In all likelihood, the report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do, that's not proper English, that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. And recording. So not even the Allegans were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms the stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet were simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. Yeah, right, Zach? That doesn't make any sense. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold of the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. So there's no point in reviving the souls unless we can also restore the sense of self. Is that similar with Halric? Like we haven't been able to reinvigorate his sense of self? But of course! Memory transference! The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will.
So we're Okay, so this is the episode of Jimmy Neutron where they put all their memories and their personality into a tank. And, like, Carl's like, do we give unnatural love of pickles to the icon side or to the actual person side? By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that exist prior to the tempering. Though thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the sentiments of false faith which have come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory sounds sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I cannot recreate the mechanism, and I can see that a rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it better we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time, I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of which transfers technique. If so, we'll be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we invented the password. Identified. But it'll take more calculating power. A lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure in a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe the motto was freedom through technology, or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. I feel like none of you know my Wedge voice. Or like if you do, you've been around for a while. I gave him like a super nerd voice. Things are about to get very busy. Luckily, we have you to help, eh? Yeah, I'm here to help. Here to do things. Oh, yeah. Yo!
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places.
It's Eric! It's my boyfriend! Oh, I miss you so much, Eric. Watching Naruto, while you're watching, you're running a Naruto Persona fic? Hell yeah.
The Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
I'm gonna summon shit so much.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion,
I forgot too, Zach.
I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
You had a different date with Eric once? I know, wasn't he dreamy? It's the first time in Final Fantasy where I was like, I don't want to take a drink from this person, but I love him, so I will anyway.
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable.
He's getting very excited for me, like saying we're trying to do something.
It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Hell yeah. Got my sugar daddy hooking me up.
In this matter,
he just thinks you're neat. I think he's neat.
Ishgard's full support.
I miss Ishgard. Yes, I have done coils, but that was way back when I first started playing the game. And I didn't actually do it synced. My Iron, the streamer I shouted out earlier, my friend, he ran me through it. So when we first got to know each other. Oh, weren't they like using trapped primals to fuel the moon? Yes, yes, the dragon's held in stasis. That's right. That's right. Everyone's like, the Warrior of Light is here? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Hey, I will never blame people for misspelling. I'm an English major. I've read hundreds of books. I cannot spell to save my life. Yo, that's a lot of crystals, though. We about to summon a primal? Yeah, just your cute little paladin girl running through Iron, throwing shields. Me going, oh, that's ceruleum. Oh, for some reason I was picturing, like, gasoline. I don't know why. Like, they said ceruleum and my brain just like, oh yeah, like a fantasy liquid that powers things.
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Yeah, I'm all done carrying heavy things. Moving into a new spot is
Good
not
work,
fun.
you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it.
I have not heard Sid voiced in forever. I don't remember him sounding like that. Hold on. It's a different VA? I knew it! I knew it was a different VA. This is COVID VA patch? Oh, okay. I need to hear his voice so I can change it.
Lord Emmerich, eh?
Lord
And
Emmerich,
entirely
eh?
by chance.
This doesn't sound like Sid.
Some people have all the luck.
Some people have all the luck. Some people have all the luck. He's an alright YouTube. Yo, he's basically the next Michael Reeves. It's just Sid on YouTube. Yeah, I agree, Lux. I do prefer the old Sid for now. But I mean, hey, it might. Been lurking since I got home from work about 30 minutes back. Welcome home. Sounds like a Lomsine accent? True, he does.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals.
Also,
thanks
Graha
in
sounds
no
different.
small part to our able assistant.
No, that's better, that's better. Our able assistant. Yo! Oh! Yes!
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
My boy! My favorite gay couple.
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
For all the effort it took to track you down after your latest disappearing act, you could find the cure for death, and it wouldn't be worth the trouble.
Damn, Sid. That hurts. That's cold. That's cold. Your faves? I know, Brooke, right? I was so happy. I was so happy with the last raid series. But then Eden didn't have Sid or Nero in it, and my heart broke a bit. Or trial series, not raid series. Who's the top? I think they're switches. Ooh, vertical would be good, Kyrie. You have 1,800 hours in the game and haven't touched Eureka. I mean, I'm climbing up there.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
This may take a while. Why does this voice remind me of something? Like it sounds like a different character. I don't know. I'll probably come to me at like 3 a.m. tonight. I'm like, oh, it reminded me of this character. 4,600 hours Pip and barely touched Eureka. Hell yeah. What are you buying? You're right, Aya, that's what it was. It was Resident Evil 4. What are you buying?
Damn it.
Welcome,
It's
stranger.
overloading.
Yes. Hell yeah, y'all.
Chief! She won't last much longer!
I'm assuming it's gonna last just long enough for it to work.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
Oh,
Ooh, Spade, that's a good
this
point. Yeah,
is
his voice would be
going
kind of jarring if you've done so much of, Praetorium.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There.
Right in time for it to blow up.
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
I'm sorry, Graha, you were able to memorize it? Excuse me? Because, like, I got it. Think those scenes where, like, geniuses in movies, like,
It's just
flipped
as
through a
well.
book and, like, read it.
She'll never run again.
Got a photographic memory?
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't question it, true.
don't be. It
Don't
may
be.
fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be
But a cure
sniffed
for
at.
tempering is nothing to be sniffed at. I like the voice itself. It's just it feels weird coming from Sid, you know? Also, it's really fun to do. He has an eidetic memory? Is that different than photographic, Rise? He should be the main character. I agree. Sid and Graha should be like a buddy cop duo. Oh no, never mind. It should be a buddy cop duo of Graha and myself as the main characters of one show, and then a buddy cop duo of Sid and Nero in one show.
This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
A pittance to pay. Ooh, you know what else is reminding me of? Barbosa. It's reminding me from Barbosa from Pirates of the Caribbean. You best stop believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. Hello, and thank you so much for watching. I am on the road to Endwalker, baby. We're getting close. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the Patreon down below. Speaking on, I'd like to thank my Patreons, John Best, Roro Lai, Sven Folger, and Rosalia Streaming Network. Thank you so much, and as always, have a lovely day.